In this video, we're going to show how to make this shape using 4C CAD software. We're not going to get into the toolpath portion of it on how to actually cut this. We're just going to stick to the CAD for this video. So the first thing we do is come over here to 3D CAD and say New 2D Sketch. Then we're going to create a circle right in the center. I can hover over the origin, and that ensures that my circle is at 0, 0 and XY. And then we will hover over this circle that we just created and kind of move up along the y-axis and make another circle, a smaller one. Okay, and the first circle I'm going to change the radius to 3 inches, and the second circle I'm going to change it to 1.5 inches. And I'm going to make the center point at exactly 8. Okay, so that's what we have there. Now I'm going to come over here and say create a line. And then if I kind of hover over a circle and then click, it makes a line that's tangent to that circle. Okay, and then if I go over to the other circle, it then makes one line that is tangent to both circles. Oops, I missed that one there. Okay, so let's try that again. Click over the circle and then click on the second circle. There we go. So now we're going to trim just this one semicircle, the portion of the circle there, and now we just have an arc there. And now what I'll do is click on Rotary Repeat, and I'm going to go and change this to manual instead of automatic. Automatic, if I clicked on this edge here, automatic would go all the way around and just find all of the curves that are connected, okay? We're not going to do that. Now we're just going to click on the individual curves manually. So as I'm creating these, you can kind of see we're making a list over here. Now it's best to conceptualize and think of this list as a list of operations rather than just a list of entities, right? And the advantage of that is we can go back to any of these operations and change the operation, and then it just updates everything in our drawing, okay? So like repeating is clearly an operation, so we can change this from 8 to 4, and that updates our drawing. So now we'll come over here and select a fillet, and we'll just kind of click over the intersections right here, kind of these outer areas, and we end up with something like that. Okay, so we're done. So we're done with that. So let's we can actually change the fillet to whatever size we want. So let's go ahead and make it 1/2 inch, make it a little bit bigger. And now we'll come back up here and say create another circle, and this time we're going to fix the radius to 1 inch. Okay, so that means all circles that I create are just automatically locked to 1 inch. And then what I'm going to do is kind of hover over this arc here and then move down to roughly the center point, and it's just going to put a 1 inch circle so that is concentric with that arc that I was hovering over. So I'll just repeat this process 4 times here. And now we end up with something like that. Okay, so this next process is interesting. So we'll come over here to 2D offset. And 2D offset just basically takes any edge that I click on, and then it offsets that in or out. Okay, so we're going to actually pick by box because we actually want to get everything here. So let's highlight everything. And then if I open up the 2D offset, I have 6 chains that it detected, which makes sense. We have the big circle in the middle, the 4 on the outside, and then the outermost kind of the star shape there. And what I'm going to do is, I'll explain why, but I'm going to go down this list and find the outermost. Okay, so that's this last one here. You can see that that arc is selected. I'm going to move this to the top, okay? And then I'm going to change the offset direction to go from left to right, and it's going to offset basically the opposite direction. And then I'm going to change remove original from true to false. So now what that does is it offsets the curve still, but it leaves the original one that was there before the offset. Okay, so now we have 2 basically parallel sets of everything. Okay, and let's go ahead and go a little bit farther. Let's change the offset amount to 1/2 inch. So what's interesting about this is when I go to 1/2 inch, now if we kind of zoom in, you can see that we have these the outer, since the outmost curve offset in and all these circles offset out, we now have these intersecting and overlapping shapes. So if I come over here and click on intersect first chain, change it from a false to a true, you can see what that does. It's now kind of detects those intersections and then trims anything that's outside of those intersections. So the old way to do this was to go in and just kind of click everything that was outside and manually trim it. So that saves a lot of time for this common operation. Okay, so let's go ahead and do one more sketch operation. Come over here to fillet. And I could just come over here and just click on each of these kind of intersections, or if I hover over an area where there's no obvious intersection to fillet, it grabs everything that's connected to that one line. Okay, so I can do that, and now you see that it just created fillets on all of the four there that's connected. Okay, and again, I can just change the fillet size to whatever I want, something like that. Okay. So let's go ahead and move into 3D now. So we can come over here to 3D CAD. We're done with the sketch. So we say extrude 2D sketch into 3D. We're going to click on the outermost shape. Okay, and that's kind of our 3D there. We're going to modify it a little bit. We're going to come over here and say modify and change it to remove entities from chain. I'll turn off the extrude so it's easier to select, and I'm going to remove these inner shapes. Okay. So then when I turn the extrude back on, you can see it has not taken those islands out. It still detected the big circle in the middle and the four on the outside, but this inner shape, it did not remove that. And we're not going to remove those because we want to manually do it so that we can select depths. Okay. So again, let's turn off this first extrude here. Just click on this right here, here, and right here. Then hit OK, and now we're going to change this from the second extrude, we're going to change it from new to subtract, okay? And instead of going down the full inch, well, it just defaults to an inch. So the first extrude, which is what created the big shape here, it just went down 1 inch. So from the top surface, it extruded down -1 inch. So we're going to change it to this, the second remove, which is the 4 inner pockets here. We're just going to go down 1/4 inch, and then we end up with something like that. Okay, and we don't have anything on the other side yet, so let's go ahead and just take this extrude operation and paste it. So now we have essentially 2 of these subtractions, but instead of starting at the top, we kind of want to start at 3/4 of the way down and go all the way down to -1 inch, if that makes sense. Okay, so we have, so the top one here is starting at 0, which is the top surface, and going down 1/4 inch. The second extrude remove or subtract starts 3/4 of the way down and then goes all the way down to -1 inch, or the bottom face here. Okay, so that's our shape there. So one other thing to remember is that we can change a lot of these values. Like if we come back over here to the sketch and we want to change this last fillet that we did, which is for these 4 kind of smaller lightning pockets, we can change our radius to 0.1. And you can see that our entire 3D model gets updated, right? It updates both the top and the bottom. So if it didn't do that, you'd have to remove all of your extrudes here and then change your radius and then go back and reselect everything. But with this, it's easy to do. You just change the number one place and it updates everything. And pretty much everything you can do that with. So like the circle, this is the innermost circle here. Or sorry, no, this top one is the inner center circle. So we can change this from 3 to, say, 3.5. And now you'll see it updates everything. And if you keep in mind, if you think about what that's actually doing, is that's changing the intersection with these 4 smaller shapes and everything. So there's actually quite a bit of work that it has to redo. It basically has to recalculate everything. So, but it's a big time saver. So, okay, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.